Jonathan Markwell.
Benjamin Ward.
Hello.
Hi.
We're here to talk about ABZU.
We are.
ABZU is a new game that I believe you said earlier on may look to be the indiest of indies.
Yeah. I mean, it's a bit like Journey and that Fee game that was announced at E3 with EA. That it looks very indie.
Yes,
which is good. It's all right because it's nice to have like a differentiation from the AAA stuff as well.
Yeah,
so it's good that there's like these little studios doing these games.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
So ABZU, you mentioned Journey. It's a perfect jumping off point for it.
Yeah.
ABZU is by the art director and the composer of Journey's soundtrack.
Mm-hmm.
So if you hit new game here,
can we talk about what that is?
We can talk about that, or do you want to explore? We can explore what that means.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right, let's do that then.
Yeah.
So I guess new game.
Yeah. So hit new game.
Okay.
Okay, and this will take you through.
That looks pretty good.
The wonders of ABZU and the deep. So yeah, I've played through this game. Quite a lot. I think it's wonderful.
I read your review and it sounds like a game I want to play, and now I am doing. So that's good. So
yeah, I mean it's you know, there are some very obvious comparisons to Journey, both in terms of gameplay and in the themes. I mean, just this intro sequence is beautiful in its own right.
Yes.
And yeah, like they don't. I previewed the game at E3, and I said, like, you know, it's going to be hard not to make these comparisons to Journey. They're very open about it. You know, they're not shying away from stuff. They're not saying, oh well, we don't want to be considered it.
Yeah.
So this is essentially where you start.
Okay.
This is your character. It's never given a name, so I don't know if your character is called ABZU or if ABZU is just kind of the name of the game. It's taken from some ancient languages, which kind of mean to find and then the deep.
I thought ABZU sounds like one of those exercise aids that you see advertised on late night TV, like the ABZU, and it's like sends electric shocks into your chest and stuff. I thought it was one of those.
So yes, this is just the start of the game. So
okay. It says press to dive. Oh, press R2. Okay.
R2. Yeah, and you dive under the water.
Right. This is nice.
And yeah, it's a bit like a sort of driving game in a way. R2 is kind of accelerate.
Cool.
And you just
just knocking
swim
about
around the water. Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Can boost. That's good.
It's to boost.
Nice bit
if you hit
stroke there.
If you hit it 3 times, kind of in like a time, so it's like once, twice, and then again now.
Yeah.
Basically, you'll do 3 separate moves.
Okay.
Also, if you press X, then circle.
Ooh.
And then you see the fins glow, and you just get a little bit of an extra boost there.
That's fancy.
Yeah. So the circle is kind of your little bobbing about movement. And
yes.
that is one of my favourite things to do in this game.
Absolutely.
You get some speed up, you leap out of the water, and if you've got a following, like you know, when you boost, a lot of the fish start following you.
Okay.
So
Aquaman style.
Yeah. So like you get a big, massive trail of fish.
All right.
And other aquatic wildlife.
How do I get the fish on side? Do I have to like talk to them or something?
No, you just kind of swim around them, and then eventually they'll kind of follow. If you hit X now,
come here, guys.
You can see there they start to like immediately like follow where you're going.
Come hang with me. What's that? That's a rock.
It's just a rock.
I'm quite excited then. Right.
So yeah, you know, this is I mean, just there, like you see the fish, they all kind of follow you around, and then you'll leap out the water. And honest to God, this game, like it's something else. I mean, I in my review I was quite open about a lot of stuff, and you know, I've been quite open on the site about issues that I've had. I mean, we'll get into that sort of as we go on, but like this game it's absolutely gorgeous. And yeah, like you know, you find a few things as you go through the worlds that just enhance it all really.
So play with this guy here.
He's a big fish.
He's a big one, isn't he? He looks sad. Yeah. Hold to ride.
Yeah,
excellent.
Man. So you can ride
GTA underwater.
You can ride on the fishes.
Stealing the fish.
And you can steer him. And if you press X as well, you can make him boost.
Oh, amazing.
And then you get to ride some of the more grand and majestic undersea creatures as well.
Okay, he's gone.
But
right.
yeah, I mean, to be honest, a lot of the game is moments like that where you're kind of in this little undersea cabin, and then you just come out and see this huge, like just incredible landscape, if you like, of just sea creatures and fish just floating about. And there is something very therapeutic about the game as well. The
Turtle.
You can ride the turtle.
Yeah, I can.
And if you press circle as well, you'll get him to do some spins and stuff.
Oh, mate.
Yeah. So you see on the floor there, you've just gone past it there down the bottom.
Yeah.
They're like little pools of. You can interact with them by pressing square, but
Okay.
because I've already done it, it's already unlocked for the game.
Okay.
So what happens is when you interact with it, you kind of send out a little pulse, which is another one of those comparisons to Journey.
Yeah.
So you send that out, and then some of the sea creatures come out from underneath that in kind of a nice pirouetting fashion.
Okay.
It's really, really nice.
Lovely.
So yeah, like you kind of have to just venture your way through, try and solve they're very simple puzzles, they're very straightforward puzzles.
Okay.
But you kind of just got to figure out a way to get through this area.
Right.
If you really want to, you can blast through this game in about 2 hours.
Okay.
But that's not what it's about.
No. The music sounds like the kind of thing they play when you're having a massage. It's that kind of sort of really like calming background music. It's very pleasant.
Yeah, I
It's
mean
nice.
the soundtrack is phenomenal. It's by Austin Wintory, the guy who did the soundtrack for Journey.
Yeah.
He's also done the soundtracks for many Assassin's Creeds,
Okay.
and a bunch of other video games as well. It's there's no real way to describe just how good this soundtrack is. It's beautiful. I mean, if you really enjoy Journey for its music and you enjoy Journey for the soundtrack, this is something else.
Okay.
So you're asking about meditation.
I was.
If you just see there's a shark statue there.
There is, mate. Let's go near that.
You get near it.
Okay.
So
I need to get square to.
and you sit there, and then it just sits down. It says press the touchpad button to meditate. So
Okay.
kind of just throws you into the world, and you can just watch the fish for a bit. And you can flick between all the
That's
different
quite
kinds of
nice.
fish. Yeah. And as the game goes on, you get more and more wildlife.
Okay. Trumpet fish. That's a good name.
It is. And then it kind of focuses on like the shoals of fish and
Yeah.
things like that.
I've never come across a game that's had a meditation element to it before.
No,
That
it's
is probably a first.
it's
Yeah.
nice though.
Yeah, it is.
There's no
Yeah.
there's no sort of element of needing to rush through the game, or you have to get to the next area. It just lets you take it at your own pace,
Yeah.
and just explore the worlds really.
It's a bit like Nights into Dreams, isn't it? A little bit.
Yeah, but I think this is better.
It's probably better. Yeah. But Nights into Dreams does not age very well.
Yeah.
But yeah. Okay. Right.
So you can pick up these little buddies, little submarine buddies.
Okay.
There's one down there on the floor.
Oh, yeah.
There are 3 in this area.
Right.
Initially, I only thought there was 2, but I found another one yesterday.
Okay.
And they can help you get through certain areas. So
Right.
he kind of scans you, make sure you're all right. He goes, "Oh, okay, yeah, you're all right. Off I go." And then he becomes a little companion for a while. So if you chirp, he will chirp back. If you swim up, he'll swim up. If you flip, he'll flip.
Okay.
And it's just quite nice.
Is there a multiplayer bit like in Journey?
No, that's the one thing that this game doesn't have.
Okay.
I think really it's to its benefit. I don't really think the kind of multiplayer element that you have in Journey would really work in this sort of environment.
Yeah, so I suppose when it's a game where you're sort of supposed to be solitary and taking your time, it might make it a bit odd if there was someone else coming in and ruining your party.
Yeah.
Just like getting up in your face.
Yeah, I mean, like Journey was Journey's multiplayer was very unique in that you didn't know really that you're playing with other people
No.
until the end.
Yeah, I didn't even. Yeah, until you told me, I didn't realise that what's happening is at all. Yeah.
Yeah, but it's I don't think the multiplayer stuff would really work in this. That's not to say that this is a bad thing for not having it. I think it's kind of I think it works really well for what it is. So that's where you came from, I think.
Okay.
So did you see the big pink mesh near where you got your little submarine dude?
Did I see a big pink mesh? I might have done, yeah. Let's go back there.
Yeah, so...
It's one of these ones, right?
Yes, yeah, it's that way.
This way?
Down there, I think, just to the... Yeah, straight ahead.
Okay.
I think down there. Yeah, there you go, so just through there. Whoosh. Whoosh. There you go. So the little submarines can actually cut through that stuff.
Okay.
So when you get close enough, you'll be able to see.
Go and do my bidding.
And then Square will chirp. He'll go through it, and then he'll cut through that stuff there. So we can get through about. I think we can go up to the end of chapter 2 for the purposes of review, but obviously, you know, this is going up on the day that the game is released.
Sure.
So there's a big shark there, mate.
Ooh. I was going to ride him. He's gone. I'll get him later.
I have a feeling this won't be the last you see of the shark.
Spoiler alert, guys.
So yeah, you can swim through the stuff if you want, and it's just like everything about this game is just so lovingly crafted. Like you can spend. I have spent hours in this game just floating about,
yeah,
swimming around, dicking about, and you know, jumping out the water with all the fish behind me.
What's the retail price on this bad boy?
I think it's. You've asked a very good question there. I'll have to do some on-the-fly research, but I think it's about £12 or £15.
Okay.
So it's not not a huge amount.
That's right. It's a few hours there, you say.
Yeah, it's a decent game. Yeah. We'll put an annotation in the video for what the actual price is, because I probably should check these things before coming on video to talk about them. And yeah, like you kind of just make your way through the world. So that's where I think that's where it came from,
isn't it?
Yeah.
Okay. Go down.
So.
Right. Not going down.
Yeah, I don't really think I've played a game that's really the only way that I can describe it is without sounding patronising. It is lovely or wonderful.
Yeah.
For a while, like it's a nice change of pace to a lot of other things. I mean, like we spoke about Inside recently as well. These are two games that have had absolutely zero dialogue in them. Yet I think they're two of the best games of the year. Inside
was very good.
It was.
I finished playing that recently. It's great.
Yeah. So this is one of the first areas where you have to reawaken it, if you like.
Okay.
So you're doing the right thing, and that you're heading towards the big glowing thing.
Yeah. Video game logic, isn't it?
Yeah.
Just go towards the big flashing light thing. Hello you.
Yeah.
Sort of beam it with my head. I'll just go in. Oh.
You just dive in.
Just dive in.
Oh, wow. And then, you're kind of in this little, almost like a hub world, if you like. But again, the design's it's gorgeous. But like, I think that one of the things that I was saying just before, we sort of got into the mechanics and stuff in the game. I've been quite open about some stuff on the site, and I've spoken about some issues that I've had with mental health before. I took, past few weeks have not been great for me personally. I'm not going to get into it, but it's been a bit of a shit time. And this game came along at just the right moment for me. Like I put it in, I downloaded it and started playing it, and there's something about this game that's really resonated with me in a way that I didn't think it would. And I think it's almost crossed the line into, I said in the review, it's almost crossed the line into almost like a legitimate form of therapy.
Yeah.
It's just a really nice game to come and just relax and just enjoy yourself with. Just take your time and just explore the world. And honest to God, it's really helped in a lot of different ways that I didn't really expect it to. And I think if anybody suffers from anxiety or depression, that is kind of in need of something to give them a bit of a lift, this is great for that. There's no time limits, there's no rush, and you get to see like scenes like we've just had there, where the place just comes to life.
Yeah.
And there's thousands of fish on screen.
Games like this are quite good as well, because I remember I felt the same way about Grow Home.
Yes.
In that, I think at the time I was playing something like Doom or something like that, and
Yeah.
it's like Doom's quite a tense game. So it's nice to kind of like have something like Grow Home or this, because I was just playing Uncharted 4 before you came around.
Yeah,
as you
yeah.
saw. And yeah, like, obviously that's, you know, quite an intense game as well. Lots of you know, tension and gunshots and things. So
Yeah.
it's just quite nice to unwind with something like this.
Yeah, I mean, I think like one of the
Yeah, Stingray. Remind you.
one of the strangest things I can say as a compliment about this game is there was a point where like I think it pretty much sent me to sleep.
Yeah.
Normally that would be a knock against a game, but with this it just made me feel so relaxed. It put me at ease to a point where I just kind of sort of you had that moment where I just woke up and went, oh yeah, I'm playing ABZU.
Is there a story? Is there much of a story? Is it just kind of an experience thing, or can you not really say without ruining it? Or?
I mean, there's a story of sorts. It's very difficult to explain it.
Okay.
It's probably best if you
Yeah.
guys. Oh, it's best if you guys
Experience it. yourself.
experience it. Like,
Okay.
it's very much a kind of piece together what you make of it.
Right. Yeah.
Kind of story.
Yeah.
Which again, the fact that there's no dialogue kind of hints at that. There is one bit that I kind of wanted to get to in the review.
Okay, but I'm just messing around.
Yeah.
Basically, it's
So-
all down there. Is that right?
Yeah, so that's where you need to sort of head
Okay,
through.
right.
So, so I mean, it's just gorgeous. Like, you can't. I don't know how much more I can say in terms of the visual. Like the visual style is fairly consistent throughout. This is one of my favourite areas in the game, and it's just a small little bit. Like, you sort of come in and these murals appear throughout the game as well, which is kind of one of the things that sort of hints towards the story.
Little jellyfish.
But like, it's just the jellyfish area. So it's just as you look up,
Yeah.
they're
Oh,
all
fantastic.
over the place.
Yeah.
And it reminded me a little bit about that. A little bit of that moment in Finding Nemo.
Yes.
With all the jellyfish where they just descend, but are much more
Much
calm.
more pleasant.
Yeah.
Yeah. No one's going to lose their dad or anything in this.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. So
Okay.
the environments are just absolutely gorgeous. Now, as you go through the game as well, there's kind of an element of going back through. I don't want to say going back through time, because you're not. You're still in the same place, but like the wildlife and the fish kind of move backwards through evolution.
And the
a little bit as
dinosaurs
well.
in this.
Not as such.
Oh, mate.
But
I like a dinosaur.
but yeah, it kind of goes back through the ages and stuff. And it's the nice thing is as well. Obviously, a game based around being underwater.
Mm-hmm.
There's a lot of blue in there, but there are other colours as well.
Yeah.
It's there are areas where it's just kind of nice and red, and
It's nice to have a game where you. Oh no!
I know.
Oh.
That's the bit I wanted to get to. There's a bit with the shark. Told you the shark would return.
I mean, that shark's really gone on down in my estimation now.
Yeah.
I forgot what I was going to say then. I was going to make a really good point as well, I swear. It's nice to have a game where you're actually underwater and you're not like sort of panicking about having to surface every like.
If they put the Sonic, if they put the Sonic drowning music in this, it would fucking terrify me.
Literally the most anxiety-inducing music of all time. Worse than Psycho or anything.
But I mean, just the scenery in there, like you're doing your little backflips and
spinning around, mate.
It's gorgeous. I don't think I've used the share button quite as much as I have in this game, just for taking screenshots. Okay. It's beautiful. So this is one of the first like.
Wasn't expecting to see that down here.
Yeah, so that's one of the first areas where you kind of go, oh, what's this? And then that's quite intriguing.
Okay.
The next area we can still show.
Okay.
The one downside I will say to this is that there are some quite long loading times. So
yeah, I noticed that when we were booting it up, it was taking quite a while, wasn't it?
Yeah. So we're going to sort of experience that now, but
okay.
We'll very briefly touch on the next area,
okay.
And then we'll probably call it a review. But it's where you'll start to see like the immediate comparisons to Journey.
Mm.
I mean, in terms of in terms of a game, I honestly this has struck a chord with me in such a way that I didn't think it was going to.
Yeah.
I've given it a 10.
10 out of 10.
Because I absolutely love it. I think anybody that wants to have something a little bit different needs to play this game because it is just wonderful.
When is it out?
It's out today.
Out today?
It is out today.
We're recording on Monday the 1st of August.
It's out. Well, yeah, it's out when the video goes out.
Oh, okay,
so it's on the Tuesday.
Okay.
So the game will be out as you read this.
Very good.
And this is the bit where the more obvious comparisons to Journey will stem.
Yeah.
Because you get these little sequences where stuff's stuff's happening and you're rushing along. This is very reminiscent of the mountain scene in Journey, where you're sliding down a mountain and you've got to navigate your way through stuff. Yeah. There's no getting around that, and again, I think the developers are firmly aware of all the comparisons, and they're happy with it because they're not denying the history, which I think is a beautiful thing.
More like a spiritual successor to Journey than a separate game.
Yeah, I mean, it's obviously Journey was that game company. These guys have split off and done their own thing.
Yeah.
And this was the most obvious comparison for me for Journey.
Okay.
But at the same time, it's bloody lovely. So yeah, this is where we'll call it.
Okay.
This is ABZU. It is out on the PlayStation 4, and I believe it's out on the PC as well.
Right. I think I might get this. I'm quite enjoying it.
It's wonderful.
It's cool.
Like, it really is a beautiful game.
One last jump. Go on, do it. Go on.
You can't jump out of the water in this bit because it's kind of almost like a bit of a QTE kind of thing. But I think they said like each fish is it's got its own AI.
Wow.
And like there are thousands of fish on screen at points, and each one is individually animated, so it's beautiful. I can't praise this game highly enough, and if you've got a PS4 or a PC, I think you guys should get it. You might think, oh, this is fucking indie game shit, but this is genuinely amazing. I defy anybody to get to certain points in this game and not feel something.
It does look incredibly indie, but that's not necessarily a bad thing. It's quite nice.
Yes.
Yeah, that's my review. It's quite nice.
It's quite nice.
Put
And this is after 20 minutes.
Yeah.
So, like as I say, you can complete the game in 2 hours if you really want to. If you take your time and explore stuff, it'll take you about 4 or 5. But this is ABZU.
Cool. Cheers, guys.
Bye.